they follow you like an accomplice.
Hi, hello and welcome back to another video, and in this video I'm going to show you the build, the whole 1 lakh build for my PC. So if you do remember, in the last ride when I was almost riding to Hampi, I lost my MacBook Pro. So thereafter I thought of getting another laptop, but most of the people suggested me to go for PC so that we could have a stable PC and I can use a budget laptop so that I could get the data transferred and I can carry it to any place where I want. So I planned it so that I could get the best PC for my editing and even for my gaming, and I was planning to get a budget laptop hardly around 20,000 so that I could carry it to any place, and even if I lose it also I have no need to worry about it. So today I'm going to show you the whole build, how I got this PC and what all the components that are used in this PC. So without wasting any more time, let's just get started. So before going to the build, let me just show you all the components that are used in this build. So the very first thing is the coolermaster. If you do remember, see this, it is a coolermaster MB500, which is a wonderful cabinet for my PC. After that we have the core component, which is nothing but the CPU, the Ryzen 5 2600X, which is a wonderful processor because it is a combination of 6 core and 12 thread processor, so it will work fine for both editing and even for the gaming. After that we have Master ML240L, which is a liquid cooling for my CPU. The only reason I went on for this cooling is, even if I have to work on the high performed softwares or the games, I need to cool Ryzen 5 2600X to its maximum and I need to overclock it. So that's the reason I went on for this Master ML240L. So it is a liquid cooling, and instead of using the stock fan, we are using this one. So after this, coming to the motherboard, we are using Gigabye Z470 Ultra gaming motherboard. There is one more version after the Ultra Gaming, which is nothing but Ultra Gaming with Wi-Fi. This is a wonderful motherboard. It has all kind of functions within it. It has USB 3.0, 3.1 output ports, and along with that it will also support a high amount of graphic cards, and the graphic card shield is also present. It is also coming up with some heat sinks on it. So again, it is a wonderful motherboard to be using for any kind of gaming and editing purpose CPUs. After that, coming to the graphic card, we are using Zotac 1060. I am using a 6GB graphic card so that it could do well. Even if you want the high performance, you can go for two 6GB graphic cards, or else you can go for directly 12GB graphic card. And we have the power supply of Corsair, which is nothing but RM1000X. The only reason I went on for 1000X is, even if I go for the future plans and even if I want to upgrade all the components within my CPU, I want the output to its maximum. So that's the reason 1000X is a 1000-watt power supply unit. So even if it can produce the maximum efficient power output of 1000 watts. Right now I don't think my CPU is using up to 1000 watts. It's hardly taking up to 600 watts. Still, if I want to upgrade it to anything, I can better go for this one. And the last but not least is nothing but the RAM stick. I'm using Corsair Vengence DDR4 RAM stick. I'm using right now a 16GB RAM stick, but my plan is to go for more 16GB RAM sticks, hardly at least up to 2 or 3. So this is a wonderful RAM stick, but if you want to design it for RGB, better go for RGB RAM sticks. So here we got all the components that are required for our PC build. So let's just get started. First, let's just get the Master Box MB500 out of the box. Oh no, I think we had a problem with it because the box is not just coming out of it. Alright, let's just wait for it. Okay, I think Pramodh Bhai figured it out and the box is just slipping out of. Alright, now let's just get the cabinet out of its protective shell. The very first thing we see here are some documents laid about the cabinet. One of it is the warranty card, so let's just keep them aside and let the cabinet out of the cover. Alright, we got the cover out, and here we have our coolermaster MB500, which is an impressive cabinet, boss. Okay, we are getting the screws out of it so as to remove the glass shield. Alright, here we got the glass shield out of the cabinet. So this is how the internal components of the coolermaster MB500 look. The very first component which we're gonna use is X470 Ultra gaming motherboard. So let's just get it out of the box. Along with that, let's just collect all the components that are required for it, like the cables, the IO shield, everything what all are required for it. Alright, here we see a sticker of Oros. We can lay it on our CPU. So Pramodh Bhai collected all the cables that are required for the cabinet build, and he's just taking the motherboard out of the protective shield cover, which is a thermal shield cover. So let's just lay the motherboard on our cover, and let's see for all the stickers or all the wrappers that are available on the motherboard, and let's just get it out of the motherboard. So here we got the motherboard with all the heat sinks and all the protective shields on it. First, let's just keep the IO shield to the cabinet properly. Pramodh Bhai is getting all the wires cleared off out of the path, and he's just placing the IO shield carefully so that it get fixed properly without any movement. Now once it is done, we need to go ahead and place the screws, which are nothing but the mounts to be placed on the cabinet so that the motherboard can be fixed properly. Once it is done, the only thing which we need to look for is there will be a white color triangular mark on the motherboard. You need to verify for the same triangular mark on your CPU. Along with that, you need to look for all the input and output ports that are available on your motherboard. If you do see, there is an M.2 RAM slot, my mistake, memory card slot, and there are some heat sinks. So we can just place this motherboard carefully on the mount heads that we just laid to the cabinet, and just look whether it is properly assigned or not. Now you can just tighten all the screws so that the motherboard can be fixed permanently to the cabinet. The second component which we're gonna to look into is Corsair Vengence LPX DDR4 16GB RAM. Let's just collect this RAM and place it carefully in its slot. Before going to place the slot, just check for the proper slot. It will be mentioned on the motherboard, and check for the proper direction in which the RAM to be installed. Just push the RAM gently into motherboard and just see if the lock is completely locked or not. The next component which we're gonna look into is AMD Ryzen 5 2600X, which is nothing but the heart of our build. This is the CPU. As I told you earlier, we need to check for the cross triangular mark, white color triangular mark on the CPU. Once you see the mark, just look at the same mark on your motherboard and place the CPU gently on it so that it can be fixed in one go. So the next component which we're gonna look into is coolermaster Master Liquid ML240L RGB. Instead of using the stock fans, we are using this liquid cooling system so as to cool our CPU. So this has this motor or the pump. From the pump, the liquid gets flow through these pipes into the radiator. So we need to install the hooking clips to the pump. Once we place the hooks properly, we need to fix the fans to the radiator. These fans are especially the RGB fans, which can glow with the lightings that are provided using our modes. Once it is done, you need to apply the paste on the CPU, the cooling paste. After that, just place the coolermaster pump on the CPU carefully and fix all the hooks. Just be careful that you are not too much tightening the hooks, because the motherboard might even crash because of over pressure. So gently please place the hooks properly. Now it's time to remove some more IO shields so as to install our graphic card. So Pramodh Bhai is removing the screws so as to remove the IO shields. Right now we are inserting the Zotac 1060 6GB graphic card into our motherboard. This is a wonderful graphic card which can support all of your gamings. So the people who are into gaming, I prefer this graphic card to you so as to run your games properly. So we need to tighten up the screws. Now it's time to install the main power supply unit to the cabinet. In order to do so, we need to remove the shield that is provided to the cabinet. After that, we can just fix the wires to the power supply unit and we can fix it into the cabinet. Now here comes the final part, which is the very sensitive and the toughest job of the CPU build, which is nothing but the cabling part. You have to fix all the cables properly and you need to arrange these messy cables into proper order so as the CPU doesn't look messy at all. So finally here we are done with the whole hardware components. I am sorry I missed the installation of the hard drive. We have used Kingston SSD. If you could just see that it is at the bottom of the cabinet. So that's it, we are done with the whole build. I hope the dubbing part didn't get you bored. If it get bored, I'm so sorry, but I thought like it will be helpful for most of the people who need to get on to gaming kind of CPUs. So if you do want to make same kind of CPU, please reach out to Pramodh Bhai. I will drop his link in the description. He is a wonderful person. He will help you in all kind of probabilities, like getting the best CPU for you, and also getting it for the best price is the major part. So don't ever waste any kind of money when you can able to save it. So I will drop his link, his company link, and also you can contact him directly. He will help you in getting the best thing. So that's it for today's vlog. We'll reach you tomorrow in the next vlog. Till then, be positive, be smiling. Bye bye.